each and every one of you for your hard work and your persistence and your spirit and your success. And you are really heroes of this local, of 721.
See, they're your first available with.
I feel good. I feel like I accomplished something that I wanted for a long time. I feel really good, and I really believe things are going to get better.
Mr. Chamberlain, workforce development was something that made my life what it is today. Good. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. They gave me the opportunity to be a nurse. They gave me the opportunity to go to school for free. They also sent me to other classes to help further my skills.
Anytime I've called on them for anything, they've been there. They've backed me up on it, you know, and they've just been there for me. And I think that's good. And I don't know any other program that has offered the things to an individual to help them advance in their career like Workforce Development has.
So you have to understand that these programs don't just happen. They are really because of someone's vision and someone's passion, and we're really fortunate to have Anel Grajeda here today to speak to you.
So we got a grant from the Department of Labor in 1997, of $1.2 million, and it was to prepare a program, a proposal of a program for workforce redevelopment here in Los Angeles County for healthcare workers in this healthcare system.
The workforce development program developed as a result of a dire need in the county, particularly in the Department of Health Services, for a program that will prepare our employees to transition from a particular type of work to a different position.
We have RNs and licensed vocational nurses and medical record coders, health information technologists. We have people studying computers, Spanish, and of course, and this year we have psychiatric technicians. We're so thrilled.
In order to be successful, the union thought, and we partnered with management, that workers needed to be allowed the opportunity to learn new systems, to acquire new skills, to fill critical shortage areas, and we created a labor management partnership to deliver such a program.
I grew up in the city of Los Angeles, come from a pretty big family. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm actually the only one in the family to actually go to college and get a degree in some sort of profession. I grew up in a pretty bad neighborhood. I grew up in East Los Angeles, and every day something different was going on and it was kind of a path I didn't want to follow.
He came home and he told me, they said, that I should go to college and maybe I should be an RN. And I told him, well, that would be great. And he goes, yeah, but that's going to take me like 5 years. And I'll be 25. I'll be too old. And I go, you're not going to be too old. Your life is barely going to start.
Starting, really.
It's just starting.
What room did you say he was in? 210-1 or 2? It was kind of scary at first. I didn't know whether or not if I should do that, whether if it was for me. I wasn't sure I would be able to handle that kind of responsibility. Once I got in the program, once I started going to school, once I started doing the clinical rotations, I knew it was something I wanted to do.
We just encouraged them, just keep on with the school. There's always time. You're still young. You got plenty of time to get married. You got plenty of time to have children if that's what you want.
First of all, being a male, wanting to be a nurse, that's a big thing, All my friends were like, what? That's a girl's job, Well,
we're trying to get the word nurse going along, so that this way that young men that have become nurses won't feel embarrassed about being a nurse. They can be called a nurse, which is a male nurse.
It's not that it's a girl's job or a woman's job. It's a job. You're there to take care of people. You're there to make a difference for others, and that's just something I chose to do.
Well, it
was interested in getting into a RN program anyway, but it was so expensive. So when they came out, like she said, they came up to the hospital and asked everybody if they wanted to, you know, get in the program. So I signed up for the program.
I thought it was a wonderful concept where the union and the county merged and they provided the workforce development for the employees, because we here in the Northern County, we sometimes are overlooked. And that was an example where they would allow an opportunity for us here in the Antelope Valley to get further resources, education, to make life better for us here at High Desert. And it did. And Lorraine is an example of what?
She was my very one person that encouraged me, because every time I looked around, I was running into a brick wall. And I wanted to quit so many times, and she said, no, keep going, keep going. No, you can do it, you can do it. And I said, okay. So without her, I don't know if I might not have finished.
It's really a win-win situation for the county. We're able to help somebody, you know, grow in their profession, and then we get to see the fruit at the end of it, because, you know, often they come back and they're able to function at a higher level, and so it's a win-win thing.
Well, SEIU actually brought workforce development in because a lot of us were being impacted with the changes and the restructuring process of healthcare, and with not having enough funding.
My mom was a temporary worker, but she worked so well that, you know, she built up to actually having this job. Anything you ask my mom to do, you ask her, you show it to her, she'll learn it.
So when Workforce offered this program, I jumped on it because this is really what I wanted to do. I wanted to code. They offered it, and I was fortunate enough to be selected. I got in the program, and I just went for it. You know, it wasn't necessarily easy, but I like what I'm doing.
I was living in Roseman, and I had to come all the way to Lancaster to take the Metrolink. And our class would start at 7 o'clock in the morning. Clinical was we had to be at clinical by 6. 3 days, sometimes 4 days a week, just to go to school. I was determined.
She went through some hard time going to school though, but she made it. I'm proud of her. When she come in, she back in the room in the book. She closed the door. She didn't want the TV on, she didn't want to say nothing. Get up next morning, she gone to work. I hardly ever see her. See her just come in and go, come in and go.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me.
My son helped me study. He would get cards and say, okay, let's go over this, let's do this. No, it's not right. He would righteously help me study.
I know it was hard. She drove me crazy. I mean, real crazy at times. But I tell you, it's good. I'm proud of her. Family put through it. We was all there for her,
We lost a lot.
Yeah, we did.
We lost a lot. Lost a house, 2 cars. Like I said, check was garnished. We was eating. We had to go to the church at church. Get that free food.
Get that free food.
Eating hot dogs. They gave us like about 8 packs of hot dogs. We ate hot dogs for a long time.
At one point, she was thinking about giving up. I looked at her like, what? Like, what you talking about? So you came this far, might as well go all the way. So she was running till she said she was finished. And tears came, just big old tears came on down. So,